there's a strong desire by people who come to you for counsel, and that desire is in ourselves too, to predict the future. We want to be able to better, if we know what's going to happen, we're just going to feel more secure. We can maybe control the outcome better, et cetera. The problem is that life is not to be controlled. It's to be navigated within. It's more of a dance than a conquest, kind of. And so I think astrology is really, really, first of all, it's probably the most valuable instrument for the understanding of what has happened and what's happening right now. That retrospective understanding, you bring in the astrological perspective, where you can see what archetypal powers and combinations and complexes were at work at any given time, and in which people in different eras and so forth, or different periods of our lives, we go, oh, wow, now I understand that part of my life so much better, or that relationship so much better. And then, and at the same time, being human, we're anticipating the future. We're planning all the time. We want to we want to survive. We want to flourish, et cetera. There's a strong tendency. It's part of being human, but it's been part of the astrological tradition to be more literal, more concretely predictive, and saying, oh, if you have this transit and look at your chart, then this is what's going to happen. Astrologers can take the symbolism that's given to them from astrology and then read into it a concrete interpretation. I mean, you see it in lots of old textbooks of the ancients and medieval, like, oh, this person will die young, that person will have will be wealthy, that person will have an unhappy marriage, this person will not have any children. That's all those kinds of things. And for years, I would give readings to people who were wounded by other astrologers who had said things like that, like, oh, you can never have a child because if you do, this negative thing could happen, or whatever, just because of some particular understanding of a particular planet in a specific house. And I remember Rob Hand I came up to Rob Hand. We were both at a conference in 1980, over 40 years ago. And I heard the lecturer had given one of those overly specific, anybody who has something in this range of degrees in that sign is going to have sexual abuse in their childhood. Just absolute statement like that. And I saw a young person, a young woman in the next row in front of me just blanch when she was hearing that. And I came up to her at the next break and just said, and Rob Hand happened to be close by. And I said to this young woman, I just said, don't listen to that. Astrology is not concretely predictive like that. It's archetypally predictive. And there's many ways that particular house position and range of degrees or in a sign or whatever can come through. And that was not a responsible statement. I think it's a misunderstanding of astrology. And Rob Hand said to me that phrase, that astrology is not concretely predictive, it's archetypally predictive, because then you're bringing in the larger multivalent rainbow spectrum of ways that any given archetypal combination or archetype can come through. He said that's exactly right.